Did you know that something as simple as your morning beverage could be the hidden cause of your leg pain? I'm going to share something personal with you today. 3 years ago, I could barely walk to my mailbox. The pain in my legs was so intense that some nights I'd lie awake, trying not to move because even the slightest shift sent shooting pain through my knees and ankles. Medications, expensive therapies, compression socks. I tried everything. Nothing worked. Then I discovered something that changed everything. A staggering 42% of adults over 65 suffer from chronic leg pain, spending thousands on treatments that only mask symptoms. But what if I told you the real culprit might be sitting in your refrigerator right now? Today, I'll reveal the 5 worst foods that were secretly destroying my leg health. Foods many seniors consume daily without realizing the damage they cause. By eliminating these from my diet, I went from barely walking to hiking with my grandchildren in just a few months. If you stay until the end, I'll show you exactly how quickly you could start feeling relief too. Hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss any of the life-changing health secrets I share each week. Leg pain isn't just discomfort. It's the beginning of a devastating cycle. Pain leads to less movement, which causes muscle loss, increasing frailty, leading to falls, and ultimately threatening your independence. Breaking this cycle starts with understanding what's fueling your pain. I remember the day my doctor told me, "It's just aging, learn to live with it." But something in me refused to accept that sentence. I couldn't believe that the simple joy of walking without pain was behind me forever. That determination led me to discover something remarkable. Nearly 70% of chronic leg pain cases are directly linked to inflammatory foods in our diet. Think about how leg pain has changed your life. Remember when you could garden for hours, dance at weddings, or simply stand in the kitchen long enough to cook a proper meal. For many of us, these simple pleasures have been replaced by fear of movement and dependency on others. The pain you're experiencing generally falls into 3 categories, each connected to your diet in surprising ways. Bone pain from conditions like osteoporosis feels deep and aching. Muscle pain manifests as cramps and spasms that often strike at night. Inflammatory pain, including gout and arthritis, creates hot, throbbing sensations that seem to have a life of their own. What I'm about to share isn't just theory. It's a practical path back to mobility that transformed my life and could transform yours too. The solution isn't adding something to your routine. It's about removing the hidden saboteurs that have been undermining your health all along. Let me take you inside your body for a moment to show what happens when you consume inflammatory foods. Your immune system immediately responds as if under attack. Blood vessels dilate, fluid leaks into tissues causing swelling, and pain signals fire rapidly. While this response is helpful for fighting actual threats, when triggered chronically by certain foods, it becomes your worst enemy. This isn't just my personal theory. Harvard Medical School now recognizes diet as one of the most powerful modulators of chronic inflammation. A groundbreaking 2023 study followed seniors with chronic leg pain for 6 months. Those who eliminated the 5 foods we'll discuss today experienced an astonishing 47% reduction in inflammatory markers and reported their pain levels dropped from an average of 810 to just 310. The economic impact of this hidden epidemic is staggering. Americans spend over $65 billion annually on treatments for chronic leg pain, much of which goes toward medications that only mask symptoms rather than addressing the root cause. Meanwhile, 62% of seniors report dependence on pain relievers, despite growing concerns about their long-term side effects on kidney function and cardiovascular health. What's particularly compelling is how quickly positive changes can occur. Dr. Elizabeth Anderson, rheumatologist at Cleveland Clinic, explains, "The body has an extraordinary capacity to heal when inflammatory triggers are removed. I've seen patients achieve in weeks through dietary changes what medications couldn't accomplish in years. Let me show you exactly which foods are likely causing your pain, starting with the most surprising offender on our list. I used to believe my diet had nothing to do with my legs. After all, everyone enjoys sweets, drinks soda, and eats convenient packaged foods. My decline seemed inevitable, just part of getting older. But as walking became nearly impossible, and even standing to brush my teeth became painful, I knew something had to change. My turning point came during a family reunion. While everyone else was playing with my grandchildren in the yard, I was stuck in a chair, watching from the sidelines. That night, I decided to take control of my health. After extensive research and consultation with specialists, I identified and eliminated 5 specific foods from my diet. Within 8 weeks, I experienced improvements I never thought possible. Now I can share these discoveries with you. Food 1. Carbonated drinks. The bone thieves. Imagine someone slowly stealing calcium from your bones every day. That's exactly what happens with each sip of your favorite soda. The phosphoric acid in carbonated drinks literally leaches calcium from your skeleton, while the sugar triggers inflammatory responses throughout your body. I was shocked to discover that a single can of cola contains about 39 milliliters of phosphoric acid. For each can consumed, you could lose 3 to 5 milliliters of calcium, critical minerals your bones need to stay strong. Over years, this seemingly small loss adds up to significant bone density reduction. My refrigerator was never without cola. It was my morning starter, afternoon pick-me-up, and evening companion. I'd reach for that familiar red can without a second thought, completely unaware that each sip was contributing to my increasingly fragile bones and painful joints. The revelation came when I tracked my pain levels against my soda consumption. The connection was undeniable. On high soda days, my pain consistently peaked about 30 minutes after drinking. My body was sending clear signals I had been ignoring for years. Not all carbonated beverages affect you equally. While cola with phosphoric acid causes the most damage, diet sodas contain artificial sweeteners that trigger inflammatory responses in sensitive individuals. Even some sparkling waters contain citric acid that affects bone health when consumed excessively. What happened when I eliminated soda? Within just 3 weeks, the constant ache in my legs began to subside. By week 6, I could stand in the kitchen long enough to cook a complete meal without needing to sit down. That simple change gave me back a freedom I thought was gone forever. If you're thinking, but what will I drink instead? I've discovered delicious alternatives. Water infused with fresh berries and mint gives you flavor without inflammation. Herbal teas served hot or iced provide variety. My personal favorite discovery was cucumber lime water, which offers refreshing taste while actually supporting joint health. Food 2. High-sodium foods. The hidden mineral thief. Salt hides everywhere in the modern diet, silently disrupting the delicate balance your body needs to maintain strong bones and flexible joints. What most people don't realize is that for every teaspoon of salt consumed, you lose up to 26 millimoles of calcium through urination. Salt also causes water retention, creating pressure and pain in already sensitive joints. My own salt story reveals how insidious this ingredient can be. I never added salt at the table and considered myself a low-sodium person. Yet when I started reading labels, I discovered I was consuming nearly triple the recommended limit through seemingly innocent foods. A single sandwich from my regular lunch spot contained 1,800 milliliters of sodium, more than an entire day's recommendation. The canned soup I thought was healthy packed over 1,000 milliliters per serving. Even my breakfast cereal contained significant sodium. No wonder my ankles were constantly swollen and painful. The most deceptive aspect of sodium is how it hides in places you'd never suspect. A single slice of bread can harbor 230 millimoles. Your morning cereal might contain 270 millimoles before you even add milk. 2 tablespoons of salad dressing often contains 300 millimoles. These silent sources accumulated throughout my day, sabotaging my health with every bite. Learning to decode food labels transformed my shopping. I now look for the percent daily value for sodium, avoiding anything over 20% DV per serving. I've become alert to sneaky sodium-containing ingredients like monosodium glutamate, sodium bicarbonate, and disodium phosphate. The difference in my body after reducing sodium was dramatic. Within just 2 weeks, the persistent swelling around my ankles diminished visibly. By week 4, I could see the bones in my feet again. The heavy, dragging sensation that had made each step painful began to lift, replaced by a lightness I hadn't experienced in years. My favorite sodium-reducing strategy has been exploring the world of herbs and spices. I discovered that garlic, rosemary, and lemon zest add incredible flavor without sodium. Cooking at home became not just healthier, but more delicious than the restaurant meals I'd previously craved. Food number 3, refined sugar, the inflammation trigger. Sugar isn't just bad for your waistline, it's actively inflaming your joints and aggravating your pain. When you consume refined sugar, your body releases inflammatory cytokines, chemical messengers that increase pain sensitivity throughout your system. It's like pouring gasoline on the fire of inflammation already burning in your painful legs. Sugar's connection to weight gain creates a double burden for your legs. Each extra pound adds 4 pounds of pressure to your knees when walking. That chocolate bar isn't just causing inflammation. It's literally increasing the physical burden on your already struggling joints. My sugar addiction was serious. Each afternoon around 3 p.m., I'd reach for something sweet to boost my energy. Cookies with my coffee, candy from my desk drawer, or a quick stop for ice cream on the way home. These treats seemed harmless, even necessary to get through the day. Little did I realize they were creating a direct pipeline of pain to my legs. The turning point came when I started tracking what I ate alongside my pain levels. The pattern emerged with startling clarity. My worst pain days consistently followed my highest sugar consumption by about 24 to 48 hours. This delay had masked the connection for years, but once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. Sugar's most devious quality is its ability to hide in health foods. The yogurt I thought was nutritious contained 22 grams of added sugar, nearly an entire day's recommended limit. The granola I sprinkled on top added another 12 grams. My healthy breakfast contained more sugar than a candy bar. When I gradually reduced sugar, something remarkable happened. First, the intense spikes of pain began to diminish. Then, the persistent background ache started to recede. By week 3, I noticed I could get out of bed without the excruciating stiffness that had previously defined my mornings. The challenges of reducing sugar were real, but I discovered satisfying alternatives. Fresh berries with a touch of whipped cream satisfied my sweet cravings while actually fighting inflammation. Dark chocolate, 70% or higher cacao, in small amounts provided enjoyment without triggering pain. When baking, I found that reducing sugar by half and adding cinnamon created treats that satisfied without causing pain. Food 4, alcohol, the bone density destroyer. Most people don't connect their evening glass of wine with their morning leg pain, but this common beverage might be silently weakening your skeleton. Alcohol disrupts new bone formation while accelerating bone breakdown, a devastating combination for aging bodies already struggling with reduced bone density. Beyond its direct impact on bones, alcohol impairs your liver's ability to activate vitamin D, essential for calcium absorption. It also interferes with protein utilization for muscle repair, resulting in weaker muscles that provide less support for your joints. These effects create the perfect storm for painful, fragile legs. My relationship with alcohol centered around relaxation. After stressful days, nothing seemed more soothing than a glass of red wine while preparing dinner, followed by another with my meal. I viewed this as a sophisticated, even healthy ritual. After all, wasn't red wine good for the heart? What I didn't realize was that this habit was directly connected to the excruciating leg cramps that woke me nearly every night. These painful episodes had become so normal that I kept a massage roller by my bed to work out the knots that formed in my calf muscles at 2 a.m. Different alcoholic beverages affect your body in different ways. Beer contains phytoestrogens that might theoretically help bone health, but this benefit is overwhelmed by alcohol's negative effects. Wine contains resveratrol with anti-inflammatory properties, but again, the alcohol content nullifies potential benefits. Hard liquors offer no nutritional benefits while delivering the highest concentration of bone-damaging alcohol. The transformation after reducing alcohol was among the most dramatic changes I experienced. After just 1 week of limiting myself to 1 glass, twice weekly, the nighttime leg cramps decreased by half. By week 3, I was sleeping through the night without painful interruptions. The chronic ache in my bones began to subside, replaced by a growing sense of stability and strength. For those concerned about social situations, I discovered elegant alternatives. Premium sparkling water served in a wine glass with fresh fruit provides the celebratory feeling without the inflammatory effects. Alcohol-free spirits have evolved tremendously, offering complex flavors perfect for crafting sophisticated mocktails. These alternatives allowed me to maintain my social life while prioritizing my mobility. Food number 5, processed foods, the nutritional void. The final and perhaps most pervasive enemy of leg health is processed foods, those convenient packages designed for modern, busy lifestyles. These products create a perfect storm of inflammation through artificial additives, excessive sodium, refined sugars, and inflammatory oils, all while providing virtually none of the nutrients your legs desperately need to heal and maintain strength. My kitchen once resembled a small convenience store. Frozen dinners lined my freezer, canned soups filled my pantry, and packaged snacks occupied my cupboards. As a busy professional, I believed these time savers were essential to my lifestyle. I never connected them to the progressive deterioration of my mobility until I began investigating the ingredients they contained. Oh, the most dangerous components in processed foods read like a chemistry experiment. Artificial trans fats, partially hydrogenated oils, create significant inflammation throughout your body. Artificial food colorings, particularly red 40 and yellow NR5, trigger inflammatory responses. MSG causes sharp pain flares in sensitive individuals. Preservatives like BHA and BHT increase oxidative stress and inflammation markers. The revelation came when I compared a store-bought frozen lasagna to a homemade version. The commercial product contained 27 ingredients, including modified cornstarch, hydrolyzed soy protein, and several preservatives I couldn't pronounce. My homemade version required just 6 natural ingredients. This stark contrast represented everything wrong with my approach to nourishing my body. When I began preparing simple, fresh meals, the changes in my leg pain were profound. Within the first month, the constant burning sensation in my joints began to subside. By month 2, I could navigate stairs without gripping the handrail. 3 months in, I realized I was walking normally again, not the careful, painful shuffle that had become my normal gait. For those concerned about time constraints, I discovered efficient alternatives to processed foods. Weekend batch cooking provided fresh, homemade meals that were actually faster to reheat than preparing packaged alternatives. Simple protein sources like rotisserie chicken paired with fresh vegetables offered nutrition and convenience. Even when truly pressed for time, a quick sandwich made with quality ingredients proved healthier than packaged meals. Now for the question you're likely asking, how long until I feel better? While everyone's body responds differently, improvements often begin surprisingly quickly. The inflammatory cascade your body has been trapped in can begin to resolve within days of removing its triggers. During the first 2 weeks after eliminating these 5 foods, you'll likely notice subtle changes. Many people report less swelling, particularly around the ankles and feet. Morning stiffness may begin to decrease slightly. These early signs, though small, signal the beginning of your healing journey. By weeks 3 to 4, more significant improvements typically emerge. Pain intensity often diminishes noticeably. Movement becomes easier, with less catching or sticking in joints. Sleep quality improves as nighttime pain decreases. For me, this was when I first realized the approach was working. I could stand from a seated position without bracing myself. The most dramatic improvements usually occur between months 2 and 3. This is when you might experience substantial pain reduction, increased mobility, and renewed energy. I call this the revelation period, when you suddenly realize you've walked upstairs without thinking about it, or completed a shopping trip without needing to rest. Several factors influence how quickly you'll see results. Generally, younger bodies respond faster than older ones. Recent pain tends to resolve more quickly than conditions you've had for decades. Your overall inflammation level, genetics, and whether you have underlying conditions all play roles in your healing timeline. To track your progress objectively, I recommend a simple but powerful practice. Create a daily pain journal with 3 elements. Rate your pain on a scale of 1 to 10 each morning. Record what you ate the previous day, and note any activities you were able to perform. This simple tracking reveals patterns and progress you might otherwise miss. For me, it showed that Thursday night social events, with wine and desserts, were directly connected to Friday's increased pain, a pattern I never would have identified otherwise. The most important factor in your healing journey is consistency. Partial elimination of inflammatory foods brings partial results. For the most dramatic improvement, commit fully to eliminating these 5 triggers for at least 30 days. This complete reset allows your body to experience true relief from inflammation and begin genuine healing. While eliminating inflammatory foods creates the foundation for healing, combining this approach with complementary strategies can accelerate your results. I discovered that certain practices magnified my improvement dramatically when added to my dietary changes. Gentle movement became my daily medicine. Unlike high-impact exercise that stressed my joints, activities like water walking provided resistance without pain. The buoyancy of water supported my body while allowing me to strengthen muscles that had weakened from years of pain-induced inactivity. If water exercise isn't accessible, gentle chair yoga offers similar benefits. The key is daily consistency rather than intensity. Even 10 minutes of purposeful movement nurtures healing joints. Quality sleep emerged as a critical factor in my recovery. During deep sleep, your body performs crucial repair work, rebuilding damaged tissues and reducing inflammation. Creating a consistent sleep schedule, keeping my bedroom cool and dark, and avoiding screens before bed improved my sleep quality dramatically. Better sleep accelerated my healing while reducing my pain sensitivity the following day. Stress management provided another powerful healing lever. Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, which increases inflammation and pain sensitivity. Simple meditation practices, even just 5 minutes of focused breathing, helped reduce my stress response. On days when I practiced stress reduction, my pain levels decreased measurably, creating a positive cycle of less pain leading to less stress. Targeted supplements supported my nutritional approach after consulting with my healthcare provider. Omega-3 fatty acids reduced inflammatory markers. Vitamin D supported bone health, especially important after years of calcium depletion from inflammatory foods. Magnesium helped reduce muscle tension and cramping that had become chronic companions to my joint pain. My most valuable discovery was the compound effect of these approaches. While changing my diet alone produced significant improvement, adding gentle movement, quality sleep, stress management, and targeted supplements created exponential results. The whole truly became greater than the sum of its parts. I want you to imagine waking up one morning and realizing something's different. The stiffness that normally greets you is noticeably diminished. As you stand, your legs feel lighter, more responsive. Walking to the bathroom, you notice your steps feel more stable, more confident. This isn't a fantasy. It's the reality that awaits when you remove the 5 worst foods from your diet. Let's review these critical foods to eliminate. Carbonated drinks that leach calcium from your bones. High-sodium foods that disrupt mineral balance and cause inflammation. Refined sugar that triggers inflammatory cascades throughout your body. Alcohol that impairs bone formation and disrupts healing sleep. And processed foods filled with artificial ingredients your body treats as invaders. My journey from debilitating pain to renewed mobility wasn't always easy, but it was profoundly worth it. The freedom to walk without pain, to play with my grandchildren, to travel and explore, these priceless experiences have returned to my life. They can return to yours too. Today, I invite you to take the first step on your healing journey. Check your kitchen right now and identify which of these 5 foods appears most frequently in your diet. Share in the comments which one you'll eliminate first. Your experience could inspire someone else suffering needlessly. And if you found value in today's information, please share this video with loved ones who might be struggling with leg pain. Remember, your body has remarkable healing capacity when you remove the obstacles standing in its way. The simple act of eliminating these inflammatory foods could be the key that unlocks your path back to pain-free mobility. I believe in your ability to heal, and I can't wait to hear about your success. If you're ready to reclaim your mobility and live without constant leg pain, hit the subscribe button now and join our community dedicated to natural health solutions. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss the life-changing information I share each week. Your journey to healthier, pain-free legs begins today.